Welcome back, everybody. This is Stratify 500, and we're continuing with our perspective drawing series, and we are covering staircases. We've already gone through two videos, parts 1A and 1B of the two-point perspective model, which we're going to continue with right now. These are the staircases that we drew, and let's see. Basically, we drew the staircases below the horizon line, and if you remember from past videos, at this point you understand that any objects, any boxes or cubes that are drawn below the horizon line, they take on a specific configuration. Specifically, you can see the tops and the sides of the cube in two-point perspective. Okay, in this particular case, we are going to take the staircases and we're going to raise them up, and we're going to draw them, have them straddle on the horizon line. Okay, so again, we're going to continue throughout this. We're still using the two-point perspective model because, like I said before, the techniques used in that carry over into one-point perspective and three-point perspective as well. But as I continue, I'm going to stick with this technique where, okay, in this technique, I just did a straightforward staircase, and I determined the end of the staircase by drawing this line partway through the cube, the established two-point perspective cube, and then basically came up with a diagonal line that connected the corner of at the beginning, to the corner at the end, corner at the bottom corner to the top corner. Okay. The technique that I covered in the last video was to determine the length of your first step, and then take that length up vertically, and then the square that is, or the rectangle or whatever that is formed here, you connect the two corners and strike a diagonal line all the way across to the top. Okay, and that helps, I feel, to tighten the formation of the staircase a lot better than when you do it in a straightforward fashion. And that's what I'm going to continue with. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did here, but we're going to do it on the horizon line, or straddling the horizon line. Let's get with it. Let's get to it. Okay, another thing that I changed are the measurements along the true height line. So instead of going with a 1/4 inch, I'm just going to go with a 1/2 inch. I've increased the size, increase the dimensions, so that we do fewer steps, and they'll look bigger on screen, and it'll, like a lot of the techniques, will show up a lot more clearly. And plus, it'll, the whole process will go by a little more quickly. All right, so yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I am going to eliminate this one. Yeah, I'm going to eliminate that one. So we'll start here. And that should do the trick. Let me add one more down here. All right. Okay, so vanishing point 1 and vanishing point 2. Make sure everything's shown up clearly on screen. There we go. All right. Whoops. All right, I'm gonna, oh boy, okay, so this will be, keep hitting that one spot. So that'll be our vanishing point 1 right there. Okay. So there's our cube. Here is the back end. I'm going to establish the back end of our cube. Right there. Like so. And just establish that width. If I need to change it, I'll change it. All right. All right, so from here, I will just connect all these points on the vertical line or the true height line to the vanishing point. These will eventually become our steps. There we go. Okay, so just a quick reminder, pay attention, let me zoom in real quick, to how I've placed these 2 points. Again, I've mentioned this before, but when you're constructing something, you already have the horizon line, right? That's in place. Try not to place any of these points on the horizon line where the horizon line is serving like double duty as a horizon line and then as a point that is gonna be part of your construction. It's a bad approach, I think. It's better just have 1 point here, have 1 point here, have this have its own line, this point have its own line, this point have its own line, and let the horizon line just sort of do its own thing. Okay. So we're just going to deal with this side first. Okay. So just like we did In the last video, we are going to establish the width of the step, the first step. Make sure I'm lined up properly with the vertical. I'm going to go with this right here. Strike a vertical line up that way, and then right away we already start to get our points. Okay, so we've got this step, got that, we go up one, well, no, getting ahead of myself. So we've got that, got this right here. Let me outline it in green. Where's my green pen? Here we go. Just do it by hand. So we have this right here like that. That's what we want to get. So once we've got that, we connect from this corner to this corner. Like so. And we are on our way. So everything's in place. All we have to do is follow the line up. Strike a point here. Because we can see everything going on, we just know this is going to go up. Follow this line, put that point there, all the way to the top. Okay, so I'm going to come with my 60-30. Complete this part of the process. I'm going to just darken them as I go so I don't have to double back. I don't have to come back later, do it again. We know what's going to happen, so let's just take care of it right away. Okay, and we've got our top. And then let me go ahead and complete this side of the staircase. It. We're almost there. In this particular case, we don't have to get rid of this, okay? So that's not going to be a problem. You can just leave it there, and you can probably already see why, but if not, then you'll see why at the end, okay? So the next step is to connect all these points. So the tops of these points and then these corners to the first vanishing point. Let's go ahead and take care of that right now. there. We have that top. Okay. So, it was a little sloppy. Oh well. Clean it up later. Okay, so go ahead and start to connect. We're going to go ahead and start to connect to the vanishing point, but that will help to create the first step. Then we're going to establish the vertical right there. And then that point right there will give us that point connected to the vanishing point will give us the second step. And I'm gonna start to gonna get that third step in place. Connect that point to the vanishing point. And I missed this guy right here. So let's throw that guy. Let's throw that in place. So now I have that point. That gives me the third. 1, 2. It gives me the third step, which is connected there. So before I continue any further, I'm going to just pause for a second. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So I want you guys to take a good look at what's going on. So look at the construction. Okay, look at the construction. You guys know what the next steps are based on what I'm doing, based on, and especially if you've watched the last couple videos. Take a look. Can you anticipate the problem that is about to come up? I'm about to have an issue. Something about this construction is going to give you a bit of a problem, a bit of an issue. Can you spot it? I'll give you a few seconds. Okay. If you did spot it, go ahead and maybe mention it in the comment section. If not, we're gonna hit it in the next few seconds, and we're gonna solve that problem. I'll show you how to take care of that issue or that problem. Okay, yeah, I skipped one of these again. That's not the issue, that's just... Okay, so as you can see, the top of the step, the gap is closing, it's closing. As we get closer and closer to the HL, the horizon line. Okay, so that comes there like that. The intersection should be right about there. Take a closer look. Over there. Right there. Okay. Now, put in this vertical line and make sure Yeah. So at this point, the connection from the corner to the vanishing point, at this point the line has merged into one. So there's nothing for me to, I mean, I can connect from that point to the vanishing point, but I have no way of telling where the intersection will take place, right? So I have an issue there. And if I can't figure out where the intersection is happening there, I cannot project another vertical line up here, and then I'm going to have the same problem, because if I do project it up here, well, I guess I'm going to, like, I have no way of intersecting with anything, right, to be able to accurately plot the rest of the staircase. So what do I do? What do I do? Well, this diagonal line gives you a clue. As you can see, these bottom points all connect together. They all intersect and connect together, right? We use that as part of our construction to get this part of the staircase. Well, we're going to do a bit of reverse engineering. We've got at least, when you've got at least the first 3 steps, you're good to go with using this technique. You can do it with 2, it's better with 3, it's better with more. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to place our ruler there and make sure all the points connect. And it looks like they're all connecting properly. Make sure. And if you miss one, or if one or two are not connecting, as long as the majority of them are connecting, that's fine. And what you do is just go ahead and strike a line up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the light green pen again. And we're going to go ahead and use that. Okay. And as you can see, they're all touching or connecting nicely. So once you've got that in place, wherever this intersects, wherever that stops, that's where you're going to project a vertical line. Okay, this, and remember, do not get your horizon line confused with this perspective line here. It's radiating perspective line. Okay, and there's the other one. Right there and right there. Okay. All right. So all I have to do now is get my 3060 lined up, or if you're using a T-square, fixed to T-square, you're in better shape. And then go to each of those points and project the appropriate perpendicular line. And we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and darken everything, present the final staircase, and we will be good to go. again, in the comment section, let me know how you're enjoying these videos. Let me know if they're helping. Let me know if you are trying some of these techniques out. And let me know what results you're getting. At some point, I would like to put a book together with a bunch of perspective drawings in there. Let me know if you're interested in something like that. And if you have any suggestions of something you'd like to see in that book, yeah, put in the comment section. I don't think I want to do an instructional book. Not at this point in time. I don't know if I want to go through that. I think I want to go through that right now at this point. I think I'd like to do a bunch of perspective drawings, a bunch of compositions done in perspective, and just have a collection of that of those drawings in some sort of book. Thinking an actual printed book and a digital version as well. That would be nice. Again, in the comment section, let me know if you'd be interested in something like that. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so there is our staircase straddling the horizon line. And yeah, the challenge with this is when your steps start to get closer and closer to the horizon line, this gap, which is very important to help in helping you to construct the rest of the staircase, it begins to disappear. And so once it disappears, that's when you employ this diagonal technique, connecting to the bottoms of the available steps that you've drawn, and that will help you to construct the rest of the staircase and help you to establish those verticals. Okay, so that's how you do it. All right, so again, leave your comments and suggestions and questions down below. Like and subscribe and tell people about this channel. And this is Stractify 500. Tell people about it, and I will see you in the next video.